Hi everyone and welcome back to the DSI Multiverse, and in this video we're going to solving here a problem called finding a square root of a number using binary search, and this is a pattern based on the binary search on answers. Now how can you basically solve these problems? So let's assume that we have a number called, let's say n is equal to 25, and if I basically do the square root of it 25, we got here the value as called 5. So if you're taking here n as a 13, and if I taking here a square root of that, so it should be the 5 point something. And if I taking the floor value of that, it should be the 5. And if I'm taking here another example, let's say n is equal to 35. So if I taking the root of it, and it should be the 5 some percent. I mean, it's 5 point something something. Okay. So it should be the 5 because you are taking the floor value of that. Now, if our n is basically the 36, and if I taking the square root of it, and then my answer should be the 6. So basically taking the floor of that. Now, how can you basically solve this problem? So you can actually using the square functions in C++, or if you're using Java, you can using the math.squared functions. Okay. In order to finding here the square root of the numbers. But in the problem statement, they strictly say that you cannot using here the predefined functions. Now, how can you basically solve these problems? So you can see that in a linear fashions, you can do it linear additions. So basically what you can do basically, if I want to finding here the square root of 25, so basically what you can do, we're just going to taking here, we started from here 1, let's say 1 cross 1, it should be the 1, then 2 cross 2, it should be the 4, and 3 cross 3, it should be the 9, and the 4 cross 4, it should be the 16, and 5 cross 5, and it should be the 25. Like that, we basically solve these problems. Now if you're taking here n is equal to the 28, so what should be the result for that? So in this case 5 is nothing but by results. So if I taking for 1 to 5, so it should be 5 cross 5, it should be the 25, and then the 6 cross 6, it should be the 36, and 7 cross 7 is basically the 49. So 8 cross 8, it the 64, like that, right? So if I see that for the n of 28, the answer should be the 5. So because you're taking the floor value of that, so you can see that for the 1 is possible, 2 is possible, 3 is possible answer, it might be an answer, and 5 is might be an answers, and for the 5 it also might be an answers, but in the case of 6 it cannot be answer. After 7 6 it cannot be answers. After 7 it cannot be the answers. It's mean that we can see one thing on here. We have the person possible, 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 not possible, not possible, not possible, not possible, like that. Okay. So it's mean that in the some persons we have the possible, and some persons you have the not possible, right? Like that you do in the senior actually linear way. Okay. Now how can you write the code on here for the linear fashions? So what I can do, we can just creating here a for loop. So let's say for, so int I should be the 1, and what should be the result, I mean what will be the last value for that, maximum value of that. So we're taking here the 1, so for the 1 of the case the maximum value is obviously 1. So I can go for the number that's you provided, but by the lead code. Okay. Now what I can do, you can check here if the I cross I is is actually less than equal to the n, because you're taking the floor value, we store it inside answers. So we can taking here an answer is equal to 1, and just you store it. Otherwise we are not going to break it, because after some percent it is not possible. So you can easily breaking this loop. So the time complexity is not exactly n, big O of n. Yeah, we know that it's nothing but a for loop which one is iterated to be from 1 to n, but we just go for the middle of that. We just go for the middle of that. So it's not exactly big O of n, but you can see like that. Now how can you improve it to the big O of log base 2n? How can you do that? Now, if I see this one, it's just a number, see, not an array itself. So now, how can you actually approach the binary search on here? So with the pattern we are talking about today, it's called binary search on answers. So how can you have basically one search space like that, and how you need to finding here the value from it, like possible and not possible. I mean, some portion is basically possibles and some other portion is not possibles. Possible means it might be an answer. It might be an answers. And in this case, we basically using the binary search on answers. Now, if we're taking here an example, let's taking here the examples of n is equal to 28. So if you're taking here n is 28, let's say 28. So our low should be starting from 1. Let's say low is equal to 1. Because I'm taking here the examples of the binary search, standard binary search. Now then we have the high as 28. So this is called as search space, where I can basically searching here my value. Now, if I'm going to calculate here the mid, so mid should be the 1 plus 28 by 2. It should be 14.5. So I can taking here the integer of that, and it should be the 14. So my mid is basically the 14. Okay, not 15, actually 14. So if I say that 14 cross 14, is it greater? Yes, it is greater. It's mean that the greater than 40, it not considered as the value of the squared. Okay, I can easily eliminate this portion. I can easily eliminate these portions. So I can move here my high on here in these sections. So now our low should be the 1 and our high should be the 13. That's our high, right? Now, if I'm going to calculate the mid, so 13 plus 1, 14. And if I'm taking here the mid, it should be the 7. Now, if I'm taking here the 7 cross 7, 7 cross 7, it also be greater than 28. So I need to again move my high on here. Now our source space look like that. So our low is basically 1. Our high is basically 6. Now if we're taking mid of then 6 plus 1 is 7, 3.5. Okay, so you can taking here 3 as my mid. Now if I cross here 3 cross 3 is not greater than the 28. So 28 is basically greater. Now it's mean that 2 should be my answers, 1 also be my answers. So I can basically remove this portion. I can basically remove these portions. And then I can moving here low on here. Okay. One after before, after here the 3. Now our source space look like that. So it start from 4 to 6. So this is my low. And this is nothing but my high. Now 4 plus 6, 10. So if I'm taking here mid, so it's basically 5. So let's say 5 cross 5, and which one is less than 28. So it's mean that it can be and my possible answers. So my answer should be updated at the 5. It should be my possible answers. Super simple. Now I can basically less than 4, it's not considered the answers. It might be an answers, but I'm not going to consider it. So I'm going to move my search split 1 behind it. It means that 5, after 5, it should be the 6. Now 6 is pointing to here low, as well as 6 is pointing to the high. And mid is obviously this one. 6 by 6 plus 6 by 2 is obviously 6. Now, if I see the 6 cross 6 is basically greater than 28. So I can moving here my high. So my high is coming on here. So it should be the 5. Now my high is pointing to here, here. Okay. And you can see that my high is basically cross here the low. It's mean that my low is break. And you can see that my high is saved on here in these portions. It's basically 5. Now you can basically taking here a variable call answer, and you can basically store it. You can see the 5. But in this case, you can see that we can also returning the high itself as my answers. Okay. So one shortcut technique. So I need to finding here any kind of minimum. So the value should be lies on the high. And if you need to finding here any kind of maximum, so your value should be pointing to here the low. Okay, like that. Okay. So now what I can do, we are going to write here the pseudo code for it, that how can you basically approach the problem in terms of codings. Okay. So taking here a function, let's say function, and which is taking here the n itself, I mean the number itself, right? And then you're taking here a low. So let's say low is equal to 1, and high is basically my n itself. Okay. And we're taking here answer. Let's say answer is equal to 1, and you're taking here a while loop. So let's say while low is less than equal to high. Okay. And you're taking here the meet. Let's say meet is equal to low plus high by 2. Super simple. Now we check that if this meet into meet is less than n. If it is less than n, it's mean that it might be an answer, it might be an possible answers. So you can say that answer is basically my meat itself. Now if it is a possible answer, it means that the left portion have all of the values possibles, and the right portions all the value is not possible, like that. So you can say that low is equal to meat plus 1. Otherwise you can say that high equal to meat minus 1. Super simple. That's super simple code. Okay. Now how you basically write the coding out? So you should using the long. Otherwise you may got some kind of runtime error or overflow error. Okay, this kind of thing it may be happen. So make sure that you are using here the long data type. Okay. Now let's go on the lead code and try to write down the code on here. So here is the lead code. You can see here given a non-integer x, return the square root of x rounded down the nearest integer. The return integer should be the non-negative as well. So you must not use any built-in exponential functions or any kind of operations. So you need to do it using the binary search. Now let's see how can you actually do that. So let's say int low is equal to 1 because it start from the 1, and high should be go. So let's say high should be go to the number itself. Okay, I can say that the x itself. Then after that, what I can do, we basically creating here a while loop. So it should be low less or equal to high, standard binary search. And then we can also taking here and value for answers, storing here the answer. So by default taking here the x is equal to 1. So you can also handling here an edge case. Let's say if x is equal to 0, and this case I can basically returning here 0, because 0 squared is basically the 0 itself. And if I read the questions, you can see that it start from the 0 itself. That's why. Okay. Now low is less than equal to high itself. Now we can calculate here the meat. So let's say long meat is equal to the low plus high by 2. And after that into checking here if the meat cross meat. So I can taking here as a long itself, because meat cross meat it obviously and greater value. So you need to take care of them, because if I crossing here meat cross meat, it will go exit of the integer value. That's why you need to store it inside the long. So it should be meat cross meat. Now we can check in the value. Let's see if the value is basically less equal to the number itself, number on meat. Okay, it should be meat. Then you can basically store it inside the answer. So you can taking here the meat, and then you can say that low is equal to meat plus 1. And otherwise we can say that the high is equal to the meat minus 1. Should be the meat minus 1. Okay. Now you can basically returning here the high, or you can returning here the low, whatever you can there. Okay, returning the high or returning here the answers. Now let's try to submit this out. First running this out, it is running or not, and after that you submit it. Okay. Okay, wrong answers. So why? Let's see. Oh, my bad. It should be the X. Why I take it here meat. So I need to run it again. That's my bad, because if I see on here, you can see that it should be the n itself, because you need to checking for the values, not the meat itself. Okay, the subtet. Now you can say subtet. So you can either returning the high itself. So let's say high. It also be work. Yep, it's work. I can submit it on here. Okay. Now let's see what are the beat we got here. Okay, anything wrong? So you can see runtime error, signed integer overflow error. So you got this error. Now why? That how can you basically solve this problem? That's also one question. So if I see that in our explanations, in the some portions, in the middle of the portion, it cannot be the answers. If I see that here, in the after the middle, it cannot be the answer. It cannot be the answers. So what I can do, we can dividing here our element by 2 itself, because we don't checking for the left of that. If I see on here as well, it's 5 cross 5. It's 5 cross 5. After 5 cross 5, it cannot be my answers. So why should I go for 1 to 25? I can go for 1 to middle, 1 to the 13, because it should be my answer should be lie on here. So I can optimize these things. And if I'm going to give it to here x by 2, and try to running it and submit it here, and let's see it is accepted or not, because I can optimize this code, and lead code is waiting for the optimized results. And you can see here beat 100%. This kind of simple things it might be happening in your case when you are solving any kind of this kind of problem, because we see that we just going to cross it, meet, cross meet. What if my meet is basically 10 to the power inverse 9? So in this case, it will just going to cross this one again and again, 10 to the power 9 into 10 to the power 9. So it should be go beyond the long as well. So what I can do, I can just going to divide it by 2 so that my search space should be coming in a lower portions. I can easily solve this problem. This is how you need to think about the problem statement in the case of interview problems. Okay, interview solving problems. Okay, so that's it for today. Now I hope you enjoyed this full tutorial and make sure to subscribe to the channel and share with your friends. Thank you and bye bye.